game and a will to win. That's what R.J. Barrett brings to the table. His team will lean on his leadership as they assemble themselves for basketball at Moda Center. Knicks, Blazers, up next, right after this. Welcome, fans, to 2K Sports Tuesday night presentation of NBA basketball. With Brett Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Lillard.
He's been playing a much bigger role in their offense over the past 5 games. It comes across in his usage rate, which has gone up during that stretch. We'll see if they continue to lean on him here tonight.
So a look at our starters for the Knicks. It's Randall and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. Barrett and Knox are the wingmen. And it's Payton in at the 1 spot. And for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Anthony, and it's Hood in at the small forward. Halfway through the season here, Brent, how do coaching staffs shake things up and keep things fresh over the long 82-game season?
I think coaches who are really smart, Kevin, can be a bit programmable where they're looking ahead at the schedule and saying there are blocks of games here in which we might try to change some of our defensive schemes, maybe over this 10-game stretch or 5-game stretch. Or
to keep things fresh, or
because on you can only do it on the mental side. As much as we talk about guys getting rested and sitting out games for maintenance issues and load management and those kind of things, the tweaks that you can make on the floor in terms of a couple of new sets on offense or defensively, let's make this challenge for the next few months, will grow the foundation of what coaching staffs are capable of doing with that team as they go on.
Man, sometimes it feels like Barrett wants it more than anyone else on the floor.
Lillard with it. There's the pass to Anthony. McCollum outside. 16 feet away. He squares up and sinks it.
Such a good player on the in-between game, weaving behind bodies to find some space, and CJ cashes in.
Here's Knox. 20 points for him last game against Indiana. Payton outside. Here's the 3. No good on that one, so the Trailblazers will take it the other way. Lillard against Payton, and Lillard kicks to Anthony. It's rebounded by New York. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Portland.
It's an East versus West matchup tonight. First meeting of the year between these two.
Yeah, fun to see maybe strangers because you just aren't familiar with these faces here tonight. This will be a very exciting game to watch.
And the shot goes down.
Well, compact and strong. Lillard using his frame and still finishes.
The Knicks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, thanks, Kevin. I was able to talk with David Fizdale for just a moment. His main focus, the always dangerous and multi-dimensional Damian Lillard. His balance is an offensive weapon. Passing and scoring, driving and launching from distance, but also being able to penetrate, puts tremendous pressure on a defense. Kevin?
Thank you, David. True on the 14-footer.
Man, both on balance and on point. Damian working through that mid-range area now.
Payton kicks to Robinson. Back to Payton. And the rebound by Nurkic.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
Pass to Anthony. Lillard outside. 5 on the clock, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Julius Randle picks one up.
Just more and more complete appreciation for how complete the offensive game of Damian Lillard is.
And the 4-year, $196 million Supermax extension signed by Damian Lillard this offseason. Dame Dollar living up to one of his many nicknames, but money well spent by the Blazers.
No good on that one.
Scoring has always been Lillard's strength, but last season a career high in assists, and you wonder how much a healthy Nurkic is going to help propel this team as they've equipped themselves with some interesting players at the wing position to try to take another step forward in the Western Conference.
And the second free throw, good. And watching film is becoming an obsession for Damian Lillard.
Well, that's a great way to learn, visually sitting down and not only looking at your opponents, but where it is maybe where you can take advantage and stay in your zone. Lillard committed to the game and committed to improving.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
Yeah, they're like a 4-day-old soda right now, just flat, Greg. They're missing shots left and right and just not playing their best.
Here to check out the stats for Payton. 4th in steals, and his playmaking ability, unquestioned, one of the top 15 assist men in our league.
And back to what you said, top 5 in steals this year. Quick hands and great anticipation. Now, here is Robinson. His last outing, 16 points for him. Payton the bounce pass. Here's Barrett. No good, unable to end this run. Trailblazers leading by 5. Lillard, right side, from downtown. No good there. And New York will come the other way. Defeated by the Pacers in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
And guys, you just can't afford to give away points from the foul line. Not in the NBA. Teams are just too talented.
Yeah, it's not always just about free throw shooting, but it can be a large factor and disrupt your confidence.
In the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest. And here are the Knicks now. It's a 5-point game. Pass to Randall. Good work defensively by Anthony.
Now, I'll be honest, I thought there's no way that he's missing that close. That's a bunny. Give it up for the aggressive defense, Kevin.
No good off the back of the rim.
That might not be the shot they want him taking, even with the D backing off.
Payton up top, covered by Lillard. Payton passes to Knox. Over Hood. The jumper from the free throw line is good. Knox has got his second basket of the night.
Like it when you fire it to a teammate who's ready to shoot, and Kevin Knox was.
Here's Lillard. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock.
Oh, check out the handles. Their nasty spin move had his man grab it for air.
Pass to Barrett. Over McCollum. And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got 6 rebounds in the game. And it's McCollum off the drive. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Dishes it to Lillard. And it's Anthony at the elbow. Hood for 3. It's rebounded by Barrett.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
From 17 feet out. And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
And it's good for 2.
That's all about Rodney Hood and his length to get that one.
Knicks trail by 7. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And here are the Blazers. They're on a 13-4 run right now. Lillard with no one around. Off the left rim and out.
He'd love to make them pay for giving up that wide open jumper, just unable to do so.
The pass to Randall. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Yeah, Randall does a good job. His frame alone helps to create some space. Just with a little pivot there, able to find a way to score.
Lillard, the pass to Anthony. Back to Lillard. Just 4 to shoot. Pulls up on the wing. It's rebounded by New York.
Well, the Knicks had a lot of turnover trading for expiring contracts. They did what they could to accommodate the wishes of a lot of vets.
Yeah, the problem right now for the Knicks is they're not inviting to a lot of free agents, and that's really where they're trying to make their play. So fascinating over the course of the past decade that New York has not been able to attract the top-tier talent. So building through the draft, Coach Fizdale hopeful that they'll land a star one way or another.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
Yeah, you could see they were pressing in that one, and the shooting percentages dipped because of it.
Yeah, I'll say anytime you're having trouble getting over that 40% field goal mark, it's probably not going to be your night.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Whiteside's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Mario Hezonja comes in for Anthony. Trevor Ariza's checked in for Hood. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. And here's Gibson. He'll bring it up for New York. They trail by 3. Here's Smith. C.J. McCollum comes up with a rebound.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
And the jam by Whiteside.
How about the experience paying off here as Ariza excellent at noticing that his man was wide open.
Knicks trail by 5. Here's Bullock. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Outside Portis. Passes to Smith. Shot clock at 5. Kicks to Gibson. And Whiteside sends it back.
Well, those kind of shots should come with a warning label. Caution, Hassan Whiteside is around. He's simply one of the best shot blockers in the league.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Smith scanning the floor. Left side, Portis. Harkless on the wing. Latre. And it's Portland with the rebound. And a wide open look for McCollum. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Knicks trail by 7. Pass to Bullock. He dishes it to Smith. Pass to Harkless. Back to Smith. Shoots a 3. Now in the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
Encouraging to see Dennis Smith Jr. with that kind of range and that kind of confidence.
McCollum outside. The pass to Simons. Lets the 3 fly. And now here's Hezonja. Here's Simons. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. McCollum outside. From deep. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. And the Trailblazers lead by 7. New York's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Here's Smith. Doesn't go that time. Now Portland takes it the other way.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
And the basket by McCollum.
Well, he's knocking down most everything, guys. 3 of 4 here.
Knicks trail by 9. Smith inside. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. And for the Trailblazers, they're shooting it well so far today, guys. They've connected on 48% of their shots. And there's the foul. It's on Bobby Portis. That is his first foul of the game. Zach Collins checked in for Portland. And a switcher also for New York. Wayne Ellington's checked in for Harkless. Portland with the ball. Collins passes to Simons. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Brent, offensive versatility all the rage now. Which guards do you think do the best job of generating offense with their back to the basket?
I don't know so much as these guys are playing with their back to the basket, Kevin, so much as they're finding ways to get the ball without a dribble at about 15 feet away from the basket. So one dribble, they're at the rim.
Right.
They're very effective at the mid-range. Chris Paul and DeMar DeRozan have had tremendous efficiency from those areas on the floor. So those are the kind of players that put some pressure on your defense because they're starting their offense so close to the basket and they're effective with which they do it. Not on the post, not on the perimeter, and they're finding ways to be impactful.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Trent's checked in. He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line.
You go back to 2015, the Blazers lost 4 of their 5 starters in the offseason. So instead of rebuilding, they retooled around Damian Lillard, and what a piece to retool behind. Amazing how far they've come in the past couple seasons, where they've placed in the Western Conference.
Trailblazers leading by 8. Here's Simons. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. 1:19 left to play in the first.
Smith Jr. using athleticism on the defensive end with the block.
Frank Ntilikina is checked in for New York. Here's Trent over Ellington. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Well, you know, Brent, you've got to give a lot of credit to the Blazers front office, continuing to fortify this roster with under-the-radar acquisitions.
Interesting adjusting around a couple of albatross contracts to now have a team that's capable at positions that a lot of teams are trying to fill. That's the wing position.
Here is Whiteside. The Knicks making the shot. Azania out to the right wing. Here's Trent. Offensive rebound and another shot. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Bobby Portis.
Well, once his team got Whiteside the ball that close to the bucket, the defense is absolutely at his mercy. Well, you watch Whiteside out there, and you understand just how much of an impact he can make with his defense. Great length, great timing, and makes some offenses change the way they're going to attack you just because of his size alone.
Free throw, good, Whiteside. That one misses.
One of the areas where we've seen Whiteside improve is that free throw percentage. Much better than when he first came into the NBA.
Now, here's Bullock. Passes it to Portis. A rebound by Hazanya. Portland leading by 7. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Simons. 6 on the shot clock. Portland needs to get off a shot. And he overshot that one, missing. And so it's Portland bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. We'll return shortly.
We've got
Great team play, so key to winning. Damian Lillard broke down the keys.
Be a star in your role. You know, I think it's one thing to say, let's be consistent, let's play hard, let's do all of these things. And I think as competitors, as professional athletes, we're going to play hard. You're going to be competitive because we're competitors. We don't make it to this level for no reason. But I think at this level, you also have egos.
Knowing your role and playing it so well is so crucial.
Yeah, when everybody buys in and plays for one another, that's when teams play their best ball.
And And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And from Portland, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Yeah, they did a great job. Just the initial thrust of that attack, as soon as they got the ball, constantly in transition.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. And New York, looking at who they've got. They've got Reggie Bullock. Wayne Ellington is out there with Ntilikina. Then it's Taj Gibson. And it's Portis in at the 4 slot. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, we all know that circumstances and time changes everything. In Dallas, Dennis Smith Jr. thought he was going to be the cornerstone. But with the arrival of Luka Doncic, everything changed. The promising point guard was traded to the Knicks, and Smith said it was important. It's a big opportunity, and I've just got to make the most of it. And Kevin, we know one thing in New York, the ball is back in Smith's hands.
And DA, that's when he is at his best. Thank you. Now, here's Lillard. 38 points for him last game against Oklahoma City.
Felt like he had a sense in that game that the defense was being over-aggressive, and he tried to take advantage of that. He continually frustrated them throughout the night and got to the free throw line.
And for Frank Ntilikina, some questions as to where he is best suited.
I mean, for me, I like when he plays more off the ball. I mean, he's shown that he could become a scorer when he only has to worry about that aspect of his game. Still very young and has a great set of skills with which to work.
That free throw missing.
Well, the big story from the Knicks last season was the surprise trade that sent Porzingis to Dallas. Shook up the entire roster.
Well, never easy to trade a franchise player, but there was some rumblings that maybe Porzingis was not going to stay there long term, and a surprise deal made last year as Porzingis exited New York for Dallas. So the next opportunity for them was draft and free agency, and to try to get as flexible as they possibly could be for the next few years.
Lillard attacking.
Yeah, not something you want to do. You let Lillard drive all the way to the rack, and he will throw it down.
Here's Ntilikina, covered by Lillard. That one's in there, and the Portland lead is cut down to 10 on the bucket from Ntilikina.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Now, here's Nurkic. And here is Hazonia. 8 points his last outing. And it's blocked. What a play as he just snatches the shot out of midair. Here's Ntilikina. Drills it from outside. Ntilikina's got it back down to within single digits for the Knicks.
It took a little bit of time, but now he's taking the pen off the cap and putting his mark on this game.
Lillard attacking. Pass to Hazonia. Right side Hood. It's rebounded by New York. And the pass to Ellington. Finished off the break. Now just a 5-point Trailblazer lead.
Ntilikina sensing when one of his guys was not covered, and then he found him.
Lillard attacking. No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
We're not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
And Randall throws it down.
There's something about watching lefties who can get up like that. Just looks different, doesn't it, Kevin?
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. Well, it's been an up and down start to his career, but we do know that Frank Ntilikina can play defense.
Interesting to see how it is he progresses in terms of his offensive game. Feels like the league is tending to lean more, Kevin. If you had a decision between a defensive player and an offensive player, it's going the offensive player's way. So Ntilikina is going to have to step up, show that he's improved his shooting range, and then get consistent minutes on the floor.
Carmelo Anthony is checked in for Zach Collins. Knox, he's checked in for the Knicks. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Back to Lillard. Charity stripe shot. Out to Anthony. Second chance shot. And he gets the jumper to drop. Anthony's got his first basket of the night.
A quick fire on that shot. Melo with the catch and shoot jumper. No defense for that play.
Ntilikina passes to Robinson. From outside, off the mark.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Lillard producing right now and finding ways to torch this defense, just filling up the stat sheet.
Knicks trail by 7. Here's Ntilikina. He has 6. Passes it to Barrett. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. And here's the upcoming schedule for the Trailblazers. On Thursday, they'll be taking on Paul Millsap and the Denver Nuggets. And then on Monday, they'll go up against Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns.
And for that matchup with the Magic, that's where you have got to bring your A game, especially when you know you're going to be fighting an uphill battle all night long.
Peyton, he's checked in for Frank Ntilikina. It's blocked. Peyton against Lillard. And stolen by Hazonia. And oh, here we go. Lillard's got it, the fast break chance. And he comes up with the deuce. Lillard's got 8 here in the quarter.
Aggressive and incredibly quick end-to-end. Lillard is always a threat on the fast break.
Pass to Robinson. Randall left side. Over Anthony. New York, no good that time either.
Not a bad shot from the mid-range. The D's giving it to him, and he's usually got an eye in that kind of range.
It gives the team such a great element having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
Lillard left side. Out to Anthony. Pass to Hazonia. Back to Anthony. Shoots from the corner. Knicks with the rebound.
Yeah, that miss might stick with him for a little while. That's kind of a shoot-around jumper if I've ever seen one.
Randall. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And a breakout season for Julius Randle in 2018-19. Averaged close to 20 and 10, delivering on the talent that saw him taken 7th overall back in 2014.
That free throw, no good. Greg, the Lakers allowed Julius Randle to leave in restricted free agency in 2018 so they could preserve some of their cap space.
I mean, his defense still lags behind, but offensively, well, he is special. The lefty, tough to deal with inside.
McCollum's checked in for Hazonia. Good on the second free throw.
7th pick in the 2014 NBA draft. The interesting thing about Randall is he falls into that category as a tweener. Maybe not a 3-man or a 4-man, but over the course of his career, he's decided to improve his outside shooting, become a threat driving to the basket, and now finding a home offensively in the NBA. You wonder how much further he can go if he could expand to the three-point line. Julius Randle's going to be in this league for a long time.
And so it's Anthony bringing it up for Portland. Collects the two-pointer near the hoop. Anthony's got 4 points this quarter.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Peyton kicks to Harkless. Here's Knox. He has 6. And the 3-ball is good. Knox has got 9.
They're having more success from three-point range here in the second after a rough first quarter from deep.
Now here's McCollum. He's covered closely. Over Barrett. And the basket by McCollum. 9 points in the game so far.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Here's Knox. 9 points in the game so far. Floats one. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And there's the call. Portland the foul.
Yeah, some good things happening right now with Elfrid Payton being aggressive to find his way towards the rim. I like it when he attacks like this.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. First free throw is good. Greg, Elfrid Payton's continued to improve his game, and so far, so good.
Yeah, a marked improvement in long-range percentage. Good size and defensive potential as well. He's knocking down shots. We might have something in Elfrid Payton.
Dennis Smith, he's checked in for the Knicks. And the movement to bring the NBA back to Seattle, the Pacific Northwest. Brent, you played there half a decade. I know you've got fond memories. How much does that city love the NBA?
The Seattle fans are incredible and
knowledgeable.
Yes, and how much longer do we have to keep talking about how we want a team in Seattle?
One of the great cities in this country.
A fantastic place to play, to live, and the city is starved to get the Sonics back up there in the green and gold.
And they'll support them.
Oh, there's no question about it. So the time is ticking, and everybody's excited about the opportunity in the near future for the team to return.
Here's Lillard, following the basket by Elfrid Payton. Count it, good. McCollum's got 4 points now in the quarter.
What a performance on the offensive end. He's making the defenders pay right now for all of the mistakes they're making.
Now Smith takes it from 10. Lillard with the rebound.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And Anthony gets it to go.
Yeah, that first quarter was a bit shaky. Good to see a player who doesn't let a slow start get to him.
New York calls timeout. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
For the Trailblazers, Whiteside's checked in for Nurkic. Risa comes in for Hood. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. The Knicks also changing it up. Taj Gibson's checked in for Julius Randle. Portis comes in for Kevin Knox. And it's Reggie Bullock in for Elfrid Payton.
That's his first personal foul.
Smith on the wing. Now the pass to Harkless. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one's on Anthony.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
The Knicks have gone 4 of 6 so far from the line, missing a couple.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis. And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Melo sees the space, Melo gets to the space, and Melo scores.
Knicks trail by 16. Now, here is Smith. just miss after miss right now.
Hate to say it, but if they're still trailing at the final buzzer, a lot of this is going to be felt by him. His shooting tonight has just been atrocious.
Give them credit. Offensively, they've been the more efficient team.
Yeah, that along with maintaining the pace of play right now, playing with tons of intensity.
Here's Portis following the basket by C.J. McCollum. Nice shot by Portis. Portis has got his second basket of the night.
He does so much out there to stretch out the defense when he's out on the perimeter, and he drains the triple.
It's McCollum with the drive. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And that mid-range jump shot discouraged for many players, but not for C.J. McCollum.
I love the way that C.J. can just wind his way to spots on the floor and speeds up when he wants to, not when the defense is asking him to.
And he makes the first.
The 2013 draft comes up, and the 10th pick is announced as C.J. McCollum out of Lehigh. And a lot of people said, who is this guy? Not a lot of people say that now, Kevin.
And so McCollum nails both of them.
And last season for the Blazers, all about bouncing back from their embarrassing first-round sweep at the hands of the Pelicans.
Well, that was definitely a motivator, and I think they put that to bed, wanted to focus on being the best team that they could be towards the end of last season. And that Nurkic injury really took some wind out of their sails, but they continued to compete and still made noise in the postseason.
And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Smith with it. And here is Harkless. Outside Portis. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That one is on Ariza. And the former Razorback, Bobby Portis, took a few years to find his spot in the NBA, but now he does produce.
And great big man to bring in off the bench. Good size and quickness combination, and will always give you scoring with that second unit.
So both teams changing it up here. And he sinks the second.
And with the Knicks rebuilding their roster this summer, there is hope in the air.
Well, two big swings they were hopeful to take. One was at the draft and ending up getting the second overall pick in R.J. Barrett. Certainly points the team in the right direction. The second one was in free agency. And unfortunately for the New York Knicks, again, a bit of a swing and a miss. So we'll see if through some youth and maybe some flexible contracts, the Knicks can find a way to finally construct something in Gotham.
Here's Smith. Hassan Whiteside made his last basket. Nice shot by Smith.
Showing some imagination that time on offense. Smith Jr. mixing it up with the defenders.
Simons surveying the D. Here's Whiteside. Can't get it to drop. Made three. Missed two from the field. Smith with it. He's picked up by Whiteside. Offensive rebound. Here's Portis. Good D by Ariza. Portland leading by 14. Beyond the arc. And it's Simons missing. New York's gone 3 of 5 beyond the arc since the start of the second quarter. Here's Smith. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
That's his first.
Well, few players in the NBA are as scary as Dennis Smith Jr. when he has speed towards the rim.
Smith just attacks with a ferociousness when he puts the ball on the floor. It can leap out of the building and strong enough to dunk over and through just about any player. Still developing the rest of his game, but you like his aggression when going to the hoop.
He's perfect from the line this time.
You know, Kevin, can Dennis Smith Jr. not rely on just trying to be explosive all the time? Can he play with some poise and patience and get the in-between game going to help this offense do what it needs to do to function efficiently. That is the task at hand for Dennis Smith Jr. as he plays for the New York Knicks this season.
The Trailblazers have shot 5 of 8 from the foul line.
Shooting for Portland. Simons. Taking 2 shots.
And the first one drops.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Knicks trail by 14. Here's Ntilikina. He's got 6. Passes it to Portis. That shot missing. Ariza has the open look. And it's in. Oh, wow. He nails the buzzer beater.
How about that? Just a perfect finish to the half as they tack on another 3 to their lead.
And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for the Portland Trailblazers. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, guys. Here with head coach Terry Stotts. Coach, what has gone right for your team so far?
Well, we've got a lot of energy. Getting stops and getting runouts was the biggest difference.
And that gets your guards involved early in the offense. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Boy, a lot of energy in this arena tonight. The hometown fans getting after it. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaquille O'Neal's here. So is Kenny the Jet Smith. Leading the way at the start, it was Damian Lillard. He ended up with 19 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists. What'd you think about Portland, Kenny?
One of the things Lillard gives you year after year is consistency. Look at his stats. They're almost the same across the board every season. And then he has nights like this where he takes it up a notch.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on New York?
Well, they got to do a better job on the glass. Ernie, they got outworked. They were weak physically. That's part of how they fell behind in this game. I think if they can control those things, they'll be okay, Ernie.
And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin in just a few.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. We're seeing a tremendous game from Damian Lillard.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. And here's Peyton. He'll bring it up for the New York Knicks. 17-point game. McCollum the 2 and Hood the 3. Anthony is out there with Nurkic, and it's Lillard in at the point guard position. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Unable to get the ball in bounds, they get called for the 5-second violation.
Only their first turnover of the game, taking terrific care of the basketball.
Randall right side. He kicks it to Peyton.
Pick coming.
The dish to Robinson. Just 5 to shoot. Basket counts. Robinson's got his first 2 points. Trailblazers leading by 12. Lillard scanning the floor. Here's McCollum. And it's off the back rim, no good. New York's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight, 50% exactly. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, before he became a head coach in Memphis and New York, David Fizdale spent 8 seasons as an assistant under Eric Spoelstra in Miami. Now, Spo said he's a brilliant basketball mind that has exceptional gold standard level communication skills. One of the most talented coaches I've been around. So, Kevin, Fizdale is highly respected.
David, he sure is. Great reputation. Now getting his shot. Thank you so much. And it's the Knicks with the ball after the Trailblazers pick up 2. Payton outside. Off the mark, and a chance to trim it to single digits.
And after burying 3 straight shot opportunities, finally a miss there. Still feeling the momentum, though.
Here's Lillard. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Well, there the defender tries to get up in the early jump position. Unfortunately for him, Lillard saw it coming.
And so, Brent, you and I know the legend of Nurkic. Back in Bosnia, a sports agent read an article about a huge policeman, 7 foot, 400 pounds, and this agent tracked down this policeman and asked him, "Do you have a son?"
Well, that son is Jusuf Nurkic, the guy you're seeing out there. And 14 years of age, Jusuf Nurkic had never played the game of basketball. So the agent took him under the wing, and the rest pretty much history here, Kevin.
I like that story. And he's good on the second.
Well, I love to watch Lillard play. He's from the Bay Area. That's where I'm from. Did you know that, Kevin? I mean, I'm a Bay Area product. We could talk more about that later. But he's fearless, heartless, and he usually saves his best for last. It's Lillard time in the fourth quarter.
Now here's Payton. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Can't connect from 13 feet out.
He may not be the strongest inside presence in the league, but still, he's got to convert from there.
McCollum outside. 3-pointer. Rebounded by Knox. Knicks trail by 13. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Here's Robinson. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Anthony's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Lillard. And the layup's good off the glass. Lillard's got 24.
Just straight quickness. Lillard showing off the effortless blow-by.
The Knicks have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And 5 straight triple-doubles last season for Elfrid Payton, showing his all-around impact.
Amazing with his size and athleticism at the point guard position that he has that kind of versatility. That's some lofty company. I mean, 5 straight triple-doubles. What an amazing run by EP.
Izanya, he's checked in for Portland. Second free throw, no good.
Well, we've seen indications of Payton and his all-around game, but we just would want to see the evolution of the shot come along, just more consistent from the outside. That's the next step.
For Portland, they have had 12 attempts at the line, making 8 so far.
CJ McCollum. 2 shots.
Free throw good, McCollum. And so McCollum nails both of them. And here's Payton. He'll bring it up for the New York Knicks, trailing by 17. Robinson against Nurkic. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's foul number 2 for him.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third.
And pressing a bit here, down in the game, trying to use the three-point shot to get back into it, and instead it's led to a lot of empty possessions this half.
Trailblazers leading by 17. Lillard, right side. It's rebounded by Payton. Payton's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Barrett. Misses, and the dry spell continues.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lillard.
Yeah, that's a tough one, Kev. An experienced player in the pro game shouldn't be making that pass.
Knicks trail by 17. That one goes in. Robinson's got 4 points in the quarter.
Pretty sweet pass there as Knox showing his ability to read the floor.
Lillard against Payton. Lillard outside. Pass to McCollum. Fires from 18. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Lillard's got 3 assists in the game. Here's Knox. Hazonia defending. Randall passes to Payton. With some arc, count that one. Payton's got 6 points.
It was soft with the floater there. Payton gets to the inside, and that shot had a nice feel to it.
That's a 2 from Lillard. That one misses. The Knicks go the other way with it. Here's Knox. He's got 12. Payton finds Randall. Here's Knox. Hazonia defending. Knox misses. Portland leading by 15. Down low. Here's McCollum. Score that one for him. His 8th field goal. 8 for 11 on a very accurate night.
I feel like the team right now is accepting the fact that C.J. McCollum is on fire, so they're looking for him on possessions in the half court.
Now here's Payton. 6 points for him. Damian Lillard grabs the loose ball.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Outside Anthony. Fires from deep. They grab their own miss. Nurkic dishes to Lillard. That one wide left. Knicks trail by 17. Let's go. Trying to get open is Randall. New York, no good that time either.
And I'm not sure that is a shot that he should be taking.
No, he should know better. He knows that's not his game, which is why we don't see him take that shot often.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
Well, 2 seasons ago, the Blazers were swept in the first round, and something in the scarring of that kind of outcome has stayed with them, both Terry Stotts and their starting backcourt, to kind of fuel their fire to make the type of strides that they have in the past couple seasons.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Right side comes in for Yusuf Nurkic, and Trevor Ariza is subbed in for Anthony. Then for the Knicks, Maurice Harkless is checked in for Randall. Ellington comes in for Kevin Knox. And it's Dennis Smith in for Elfrid Payton. Here's Smith. Hassan Whiteside made his last basket. Smith on the wing. He has 7. Misses the wing J. And Brent, for the Blazers, the continuity has been part of what's made them so good, and that includes keeping Terry Stotts as their head coach.
Yeah, it's interesting to think about Terry Stotts being the 4th longest tenured coach in the league. This will be year 8 for him in the Pacific Northwest. But this group is very tight. They've got great chemistry. They run a very unique offensive system, and there's definite buy-in here in Portland behind Terry Stotts.
Lots of room. And it's Portland with the rebound. Azania's got 6 rebounds now in the game. McCollum outside. Some solid defense from Robinson.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
And now, here's Hazonia after R.J. Barrett's miss.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
And stolen by Hazonia. Smith against Lillard. Now here's McCollum, guarded closely. Back to Ariza. Shot clock at 6. And Harkless pulls it down. And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for the Knicks. 19-point game.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
So for the Knicks, Taj Gibson's checked in for Mitchell Robinson. Portis comes in for Harkless, and it's Reggie Bullock in for Barrett. Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
And it's easy to see why a team would want Ariza on their roster. Makes the right decisions, mentors young players, and is well respected throughout the league.
Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. You take a look at the Trailblazers, lurking in the basement of the conference for the time being. They're not pleased with their performance so far this season.
Yeah, and when you look at Portland, they haven't gotten anywhere near where they wanted to be this season. Pretty clear there's a big talent gap between them and the true contenders.
Well, you hope that they realize that and they have some self-awareness, but can they win some games, carry some positive energy, maybe some momentum into the offseason with which to build on?
Shots good by Gibson.
Taj Gibson's postgame continues to improve, that time showing a nice touch.
Lillard against Smith. Knocks it loose. And here's the fast break. All alone. Throws down the breakaway jam.
And they need those kind of plays right now. Smart defense that generates some hope.
Lillard attacking. No one near Whiteside as he lets it go. Portland no good that time either. Now here's Ellington. He's guarded by McCollum.
That's a tough rebound if you don't have the length that he does, so the size paying off.
And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. A three-pointer off the mark.
And even though the quarter has been a struggle, it doesn't look like he's lost his confidence. He keeps looking for a shot.
Portland leading by 15. Here's Hazonia. What a jam!
Wow, fans loving that right there.
What a jam!
Nice.
Oh, that's an old-fashioned rim wrap.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That's his fourth foul of the contest.
And that's number 4. Definitely something to keep track of as we move forward.
Good checked in for Portland. And Fernie Simons comes in for Damian Lillard. Ntilikina, he's checked in for the Knicks. Here's Ntilikina. He's got 6. Out of bounds. Knicks ball as New York keeps possession of it. Off the inbound. Bullock.
That's pretty good defense from Rodney Hood. Just great position and used his length to distract the shooter.
Here's Hazonia. The rebound by Gibson. Gibson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
It's not his best night from the field, but looking for other ways and finding them so he can chip in.
Now here's Gibson. Dishes to Bullock. And no good. Good work defensively by Whiteside. Hood for 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Hood's got 7.
That's a good weapon for Rodney Hood. When he's got his feet set, he can sometimes get it going from outside the arc.
Pass to Portis. Left side, Gibson. Fades and shoots. And it's Portland with the rebound. Simons has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Now here's McCollum. They lead by 20. It's the most we've seen. Clock at 6. Takes a 3. And the Trailblazers, another three.
A good look there, and he didn't waste it. His second three of the game.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
The pass to Bullock. Hood comes in with the double team. Passes to Ntilikina. To end the run, it's good from long range. Ntilikina's got his third basket of the night.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
They get a hand on it. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
So it's Ntilikina who brings up the ball for the New York Knicks. Gibson up top. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Off target with the open look. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers riding high with a 23-point lead heading into the break. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
You know, coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
Yeah, another turnover. But guys, on the whole, I think they've done a great job of running their offense without too many miscues.
For 3, Bullock. Rebound by Anthony. Anthony's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And on the floor for New York here in the 4th. Ntilikina out there with Reggie Bullock. Then there's Bobby Portis. Then it's Taj Gibson. And it's Knox in at the small forward position. Here's Ntilikina. Portland making their last shot. Anthony on the double team. For 3, Bullock. A three-pointer is right on target.
He's going to punish you, Kevin, if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open three when he's got it.
Pass to McCollum. Shoots over Bullock. Here's Whiteside. That shot off. So New York will take it the other way. Here's Knox. Brent, a few players now host podcasts, participate with those elements, with those vehicles during the season. Any thoughts on that?
I think it's great. I think it's fantastic for our fan base and for our players to have an outlet, to have conversations and share a little bit more about their personality. It grows them as people, I think, Kevin, especially I've listened to J.J. Redick's many times over,
yes.
And you learn something new, not only about players, but about their interests and how they're spending time. And I think if you were a young player, let's say you were a high school senior and you're a college player and you're listening to some of the things that guys are talking about in their experiences, I think it's invaluable for what it is that you don't know exists around a player in the NBA, and for you to start having considerations about how difficult the task is, how mentally taxing. So these things are great outlets for the players.
And Portland making a change here. Nurkic has checked in. The Knicks also changing it up. Julius Randle's checked in for Bobby Portis. Barrett comes in for Reggie Bullock. And it's Peyton in for Frank Ntilikina. We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Peyton. And the Knicks miss again. Portland leading by 22. And a wide open look for Hood. It's rebounded by New York. Pass to Barrett. And here's the fast break. Barrett leading the way.
You risk getting torched when somebody's open. Payton's skilled enough to find the open man.
McCollum outside. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Brent, with advanced analytics becoming commonplace in the NBA, which stats do you personally hold most valuable?
Well, it's amazing to talk about effective field goal percentage.
Mm-hmm.
I laugh a lot
which is everything shooting. Free throws.
Yeah, well, I like to use true shooting percentage, Kevin, because that's where you adopt 3-point shooting percentage, 2-point shooting percentage, and your free throw percentage.
Everything.
But in talking to a lot of people around the league, general managers and coaches, I laugh inside to myself a little bit like, oh, so now shooting's important? Like what? Like now shooting's important around the league?
Right.
As if, the time that you go out to start playing basketball, you grab a ball, you go towards the goal, and your goal is to make the shot. And so we're talking so much more about how much shooting is valued. Effective field goal percentage is tremendous, with true shooting percentage being not far behind.
Lillard's checked in for Anthony Simmons.
So easy to respect Taj Gibson and the way he goes about his business. A strong leader on and off the floor.
McCollum deciding where to go with it. Good work there as it goes. McCollum's got 26 points.
And kind of par for the course here, right? Coming through with a solid offensive game to help them get this lead.
Barrett with the ball. Now Anthony defending. And for a lot of these kids, Greg, it's interesting how quickly teams expect them to get up to speed. Case in point, R.J. Barrett.
Yeah, I mean, he had only the 1 year of college, already being asked to produce. Fortunately, he's very mature for his age and generally plays up to the level of competition.
That free throw, no good. And Greg, talking to scouts about R.J. Barrett, they love the athleticism. But what makes him especially good is the work ethic and the confidence.
Yeah, some elite prospects will take plays off. This guy never does. He's not one that sits around and reads his press clippings. He's a warrior, a leader, and he's proven to be a winner.
He hits the second from the line. When people talk about a player's mileage limit, do you think total games is the most accurate assessment?
I don't think so, Kevin.
What is it?
It's the amount of minutes that players play.
Yeah.
I mean, there are plenty of studies out there that teams are digging around on when players reach. And trust me, they got to be lucky, but you're talking 35,000, 40,000 minutes in the league. That the body is just not capable at that point of replicating the things that it's done year in and year out. So forget about the games. Go to total minutes played. That's where you'll find the biggest fall off for some of your favorite players that have amused and entertained you for years.
Interesting. So it's Portland now, following the score by New York. To the middle, here's Nurkic. Randall grabs the board. New York with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Doubled by McCollum. Barrett kicks to Robinson. No one near him. And the shot is long. Trailblazers leading by 17. Inside, Anthony. And it's Anthony with the jam.
I know CJ plays the two-guard position alongside Lillard, but he does have point guard vision, and that's a great find.
Lillard against Payton. Outside Robinson. Now Barrett over McCollum. No good on the fadeaway.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on R.J. Barrett.
Well, you have to be careful when Nurkic attempts those kinds of shots. He's very skilled at drawing contact.
That one is off. And last season, a rare 5-by-5 game achieved by Yusuf Nurkic. 24 points, 23 rebounds, 7 assists, 5 steals, Greg, and 5 blocks in a game against the Kings.
And how about the only player ever to log a 20, 25, and 5 game? The Bosnian Beast making a name for himself.
Randall with the bucket.
He's been accurate tonight. I think the best way for them to succeed is to get him more shots. Sounds simple, but it comes down to execution.
Now, here's Lillard. Put on the wing. Back to Lillard. Portland again missing. Knicks trail by 18. And there's the pass to Knox. C.J. McCollum with the rebound. McCollum's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Anthony. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
And Melo can play big down there in the paint, so using his size that time to draw the contact.
Carmelo Anthony. Mark for 2.
That's good from Anthony. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2.
And Melo's still bringing the passion to the floor. No matter what's going on around, he's still going to be a gamer.
Payton looking it over. Passes it to Barrett. Fires the 3. And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got 14 rebounds tonight. Going after. Here's Anthony. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Probably not the shot that was drawn up for that possession, but you can't pass it up, and you can't knock it down.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
An expanding offensive game for Julius Randle, as the first few years he was driving in with his head down and not able to finish around taller players on the interior part of defenses. But last year, tremendous finisher, added some three-point shooting, and was much better from the mid-range. He becomes a bit of a matchup nightmare if he's got all 3 of those things working.
All free throws good from Randall. And Brent, the blend of strength, agility, and speed makes Randall a handful when he's going downhill.
He's dangerous around the rim, Kevin, and if he's got a live dribble where he's caught the ball around the elbow or the top of the key and can put the ball down on the deck and get up to speed, he becomes tough to guard. Be really interesting if the Knicks can explore him in some transition opportunities, getting out on the break where he might be able to rebound and push it out, a la a Draymond Green type of play. He was sitting back a little bit there in the first half, but feels like showtime now, and he's ready to put some major points up on the board.
And Elfrid Payton with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Now here's Payton. Pass to Robinson. 5 on the clock. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
I think Mitchell Robinson is one of those guys. We saw it last year. He might get 4 or 5 blocks a game. So many players tempted to shoot outside shots because Mitchell would play off of them, and then quickly he would get to them and deflect the shot. So incredible quick twitch fibers and quick to the ball to make an impact defensively.
For the Trailblazers, Swanigan, he's checked in for Nurkic, and Trevor Ariza subbed in for Hood. And with Robinson, if he played a full 40 minutes every game, Brent, his block numbers would be outstanding.
Look at you, Kevin, digging into the per 36 minutes statistics.
Yeah.
I like it. He's a great rim protector. He has great activity down there. And if he can stay with the game plan, I think Coach Fizdale is going to find ways to give him more minutes in this season.
Here's Knox. Ariza brings the double. Payton in the corner. Out of bounds. Portland takes possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Portland leading by 17. Here's Simons. And he uses the glass on the layup. Simons has got 5 points now in the quarter.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Now, here is Robinson. Here's Payton. And the rejection by Collins.
Good job, Collins inside, quick off his feet.
Here's Trent. It's rebounded by New York. Robinson's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. From deep. And the Trailblazers, another three.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
Time called here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. Last year, the average salary for a starting point guard, Brent, in the NBA, was the highest among all positions. Why would that be?
Well, with the way the game has changed, Kevin, there's certainly an emphasis on being able to find guys who are initiating offense, scoring the basketball, shooting three-pointers, and you're seeing a big shift in salaries between point guards and bigs. That's where the biggest disparity is. Centers in the league are getting less and less of an opportunity to have the extended big money contracts because the game has moved to the perimeter. And if you're a big that cannot play on the perimeter, there's not a lot of teams that are willing to invest a significant amount of their cap space into the center position. They want guards and wings who can play out there and do the damage from there.
Here's Knox. Trailblazers knocking down the tray. New York, no good that time either. And now Portland on the break. It's taken away by Payton. And here we go. Fast break. Payton's got it. To end the drought. Swanigan pulls it in.
And guys, you've heard of overpassing. Well, that shot was an example of underpassing.
Maybe they can find a way to establish some rhythm in the next few possessions with the extra pass.
Here's Trent. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Simons. Off target with his three.
Well, there's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
Here's Barrett. And Barrett slams it in.
And with this kind of momentum behind him, Barrett, a terror. Love seeing him hammer it home.
Here's Simons. And Alfred Payton with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Brent, we have seen some international showcase games the last few years. Do you like that trend?
Oh, absolutely. I like the fact that our league, we know how global it is with how many players from different countries are represented throughout the rosters around the league. But for our game to travel around to London and to Mexico City and have an opportunity for those fans to see what NBA basketball is like, I think it's an absolute win for the NBA.
I'd like to see more.
Well, more time for those teams. The timing of some of those trips for some teams are a little bit tough in terms of the travel, but their appearances there mean so much more to grow the game globally.
The first one falls. And looking at the numbers for Whiteside the last few years, Greg, it seems like his production has come back down a bit.
And for a minute, Whiteside looked like he could be a dominant center, but he struggled since his great 2017 season. Shot selection has been hurting, and sometimes it feels like he is in his own way as a player.
Not a perfect trip to the free throw line, but they'll take what they can get at this point.
To the left wing, here's Simons. Here's Whiteside, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Julius Randle picks one up.
Well, sometimes the D has no choice but to foul Whiteside and try to make him earn it.
Whiteside.
Free throw, good, Whiteside. And Portland making a change here. Ariza's checked in. And both free throws good from Whiteside. A lot of missing stats from the 60s and 70s, but if we could go back and look at those actual numbers, any players you think would really be catching our eye in terms of, wow, I didn't know that guy was that good, or he's better than I thought he was?
Well, don't we always look at the incredible, mind-boggling numbers of Wilt Chamberlain
yes,
and think, what was that guy doing?
Yeah.
And we don't even have half of it.
No.
So Wilt Chamberlain comes to mind first. What I think about Kevin when that question comes up is how many great players through the 70s and also really through the 80s, because the three-point line wasn't accentuated enough, missed the opportunity to be even greater scorers. I mean, Jerry West with a three-point line.
Can you imagine that?
You got to be kidding me. So there's a lot of gap of those players, too, that also, because of changes in rules and because the three-point line wasn't in, that we would be talking about in terms of nostalgia and their accomplishments with a much different voice.
Even someone as recent as Jordan, with the rules the way they are now.
Absolutely.
Be unbelievable.
With the openness of the floor
Yes.
and what Michael could do, as if he wanted to prove he could do more.
Exactly.
And he's easily been their best rebounder tonight.
Well, he's been everywhere, and collecting those rebounds, that ends any kind of offensive possession and gets them started.
Now, here's Ariza. Over Harkless. Ariza, no luck.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
The pass to Barrett. Pass to Harkless. Here's Payton. The jump shot from the baseline is right on target.
I like to see this on a nightly basis happen a few more times. He knows he's got to get better at the mid-range jump shot.
Here's Simons. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Damian, it looks like this team's progress can be measured by your improvement at the defensive end. And do we see that tonight?
We made some mistakes like every other basketball team does, but I think we did a great job of making adjustments. We got a little more physical. We did a great job of that.
And that led to a big win, Damian. Thanks for your time, man. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Brent Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. So long, everyone.